Hey guys, welcome back to Philly Sports with Giovanni. Today I have on Trey, or as you guys might know him, the mascot for the Indianapolis Colts, Blue. What is up, man?
Hey, buddy, how are you? It's good to see you.
I'm great. I'm excited to have you on. I got to see you at Lucas Oil Stadium,
Yep.
and I'm just excited to talk to you today.
No, this is a huge deal to be on here. I feel honored to be a part of this show. So thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely.
So to start off the show, I want to ask you because I know it's probably a hard field to get into. How did you get into mascotting?
Yeah, I never knew that you could do this full time. Like this could be your job. So I actually went to Auburn University and I wanted to be an architect. So that's why I chose Auburn. And during the freshman orientation, there's a huge pep rally, Camp War Eagle, and mascot comes out, cheerleaders, dancers, football coach, some players, and they just welcome all the incoming freshmen. And I got to watch Aubie, the mascot at Auburn, and he was hilarious and just super athletic. And I was really drawn to that character. So that spring of my freshman year, I tried out and it's really competitive. So I actually didn't get it until my sophomore year, but did that for 2 years, was one of the friends of Aubie. And then we were lucky enough to win a national championship for college mascots. And then I actually got recruited out of school by another NFL team to come in and perform as their mascot. And this is actually the Colts are my third NFL team. So I created Blue for the team in 2006, but it's I went to school to be an architect, and I came out a professional stuffed animal. So it's been an interesting road for sure.
Yeah. So how did you come up with the idea for Blue the mascot?
Yeah, so it's interesting because a lot of teams, when they start a mascot program, they already have the character design, but it wasn't the case in Indianapolis. So I got selected, and my first task was to create the character. So very lucky in that respect. I definitely wanted something that was different. There was already a white kind of super muscular horse in the NFL with Miles from the Broncos. So definitely wanted to stand out. And to be honest, it kind of just came to me. It's probably a mixture of all my favorite kind of parts of mascots that I've seen over the years. And I sketched it out and I actually brought it with me to the tryout for Indy. So yeah, I sketched out my parents' dining room table and got the job. And then about 2 months later, we had a full costume. And this is my 16th season. So some days it feels like it was yesterday and my body tells a different story. It feels like I've been doing this my entire life. So, but it's been a huge blessing for sure.
Yeah, and the things that you do in that costume is just crazy. Like how you threw the football into the bucket from a couple uh what do you call them,
The upper deck.
yeah, the upper
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. It's been so much fun to give people an opportunity to smile and to laugh and to be entertained. And there's so many ways that we can do that as mascots. I've been very fortunate to have the opportunity to create some promotions like the one you're referring to. So every game at the end of the first quarter, I have 30 seconds to throw a football from the upper deck into a barrel that's on the field. And if I can make it, the season ticket member who I'm throwing for wins round trip tickets for Allegiant Airlines. And yeah, the game that you came, I felt a little bit extra pressure to make that. But I told you I was going to make it for you that day, and I did. So
Yeah.
that's been one of the highlights of my season so far.
Yeah, and you came over to me and you said that you did it for me. And the first thing I asked, was it hard? Was it hard? That was the first thing I asked.
Well,
And
you tell me because
I
you
I
got to
knew
throw
it.
it.
I knew it was hard because I
Yeah.
did it the night before, but for some reason I was like, was it hard?
Yeah, it's funny because it's different when 60,000 people are watching and expecting you to do something amazing. And you do definitely have pressure to make it, not only for the person you're throwing for, but for the crowd. So I think since you've been, I think I don't think I've missed since you've been. Um, I made it 2 games ago, literally at the buzzer. So I have 30 seconds and the ball left my hand. It was 3, 2, 1. It left my hand. And then it still takes like 2 or 3 seconds to make it down to the field, but I made it literally at the buzzer.
Wow.
But yeah, I feel like you visiting Indy, you were kind of my turnaround for the season. So I need you to come back before the good luck wears off.
Yeah, and I love Lucas Oil Stadium so much. I've never seen, the thing that shocked me the most is the parachute things that came out.
Oh
I've
yeah.
never seen anything like that.
Yeah, that's actually a brand new promotion this year. So there's definitely some other teams that do it, but we drop, oh man, I don't even know, probably 500 parachutes from the top of the stadium and they float down for people to catch. So that's super cool promotion for sure. It's difficult in the NFL to create promotions that take up a ton of space. In the NBA, you have, it's kind of like theater in the round. All eyes are on the court. So whatever you do, everyone sees. In the NFL, that kind of gets lost because our field is so big. So promotions like the Allegiant toss, that football toss that I do, like the parachute drop for Lucas Oil. Those are really cool promotions that we help get the fans engaged for sure.
Yeah. So I saw your TikTok with Joey Chestnut.
Yeah.
I love food. He loves food. How cool was he?
Listen, Joey is probably one of the most interesting athletes that I've ever met. I'm used to big football players. I'm not used to being around somebody that is a competitive eater. And Joey and I have become friends. He actually moved to Indiana probably it was probably almost a year ago. He moved to Indy. And so I've been fortunate enough to do some stuff with him. It's incredible what he does. I could never do what he does, but no, Joey's a great guy. And it's been really cool having him move to Indiana and be able to work with him a little bit.
Yeah, he seems awesome.
Yeah.
So, what is your favorite mascot to do stuff with, like TikToks and just hang out with?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So there are actually quite a few other Aubies, so guys who were the mascot at Auburn who are professional mascots. So definitely some of them. I think that, we're all super close. It's a really small world, the professional mascot world. So I'm actually really, really close to Gritty. So in your town, and then also with the Spurs mascot. But what's unique about those two relationships is that we've never actually met in person. We've done a ton of phone calls and FaceTimes. So we've got a special collaboration coming out with Gritty here that I'm hoping to do before the end of the year, and I can finally meet Gritty so in person. But I think Benny the Bull is one of my closer friends. In the NFL, again, we're so close, all of us are. But I think that I probably have done the most recently with Blitz from the Seahawks. Kansas City Chiefs mascot is one of the greatest of all time. In my opinion, he's the GOAT. He's the greatest to ever do it. His name is Dan Mears. So yeah, really close with all of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. I saw you did some TikToks with the Panthers mascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
It's
had all the mascots in for mascots versus Pee-wees. We got crushed by the Pee-wees team. It was an
yeah,
eighth grade team. Normally, we're used to stiff arming them and tackling them, and we got just
jumping over the O line. I saw you do
yeah,
that.
yeah, we got crushed by them. So afterwards, we did that with Sir Purr from the Panthers, and then we did some stuff with Captain Fear from the Bucks, which we play them in a couple weeks, and we're gonna release that right after Thanksgiving. So there's more content coming your way.
That's awesome. It's awesome how all the mascots are kind of like a family.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very unique job, and our job in costume is to bring people together, give people a sense of belonging, and also let them know that they're loved. So it's a unique position. And I think that when you have that type of job, you should start with your colleagues and friends. So it's people call it a fraternity. But there's a lot of great guys and gals across all the leagues. So it's very, very awesome to be a part of.
Yeah. So I saw or I heard that that you go around the schools and do a lot of anti-bullying campaigns.
Yeah.
When I was there, you told me about it, and I love doing my kindness huddles for anti-bullying. Why why is it special to you to want to make people stop bullying people and make people kind of be themselves?
Yeah. So first of all, I appreciate that you do that so much. And I look up to you for doing that. Um, I definitely was bullied growing up and always felt like I was a little bit different from others. I had an amazing teacher growing up, Jenny McNabb, who helped me realize that the things that made me different made me unique and very special. And that really changed the course of my life. Always had a supportive family, siblings, and mom and dad. But sometimes we hear that from family and we feel like, well, they have to say that they love us. And I want to help people realize that their story is important and it's unique and it's special. And they also have a platform to help others. And you can have a platform in school, in the hallways at school, if you're in the chess club, play in the band, in theater, play a sport, you have a platform, and like what you choose to do with that platform matters. And the world is just so much better, I've realized, if you can shower people with love, and build them up. Something I do with Blue is that I never let go of a hug first. So when I hug people as Blue, I never let go. And it's amazing that, well, I do let go, but I let the other person let go first. And it's amazing to see how long people hold on to that hug. And a lot of fans will start talking to me like, hey, I haven't been hugged in a month and I really needed this. Or, hey, I had a really bad day and thank you for taking time to, show me love. And, that's not verbally communicating because mascots don't typically do that. That's just giving somebody a high five or a hug or just giving them the opportunity to laugh and smile, I think is really important for me. For the school show, I really wanted students to know, of all ages, elementary school, middle school, and high school, how important that platform is and how important their story is, and to give them an opportunity to share their story after our show as well. So I break all the rules in that show. I talk as a mascot. I take off my mask as a mascot. But the whole purpose of the show is that I took off my mask today to ask you, a high schooler, to stop hiding behind your mask, a mask of popularity, social media, materialistic things. And it's when we can really identify who we are and be true to that, that we can really connect with each other. And when we do connect, to choose love over hate. And I think that's the message we're trying to drive home.
I love that. I when next time I come to Indy, we gotta go to a school and do something together.
I would be honored. I would 100%. You name the time and place and I'm there.
I'm there too. So who are your top 3 people who you have pied in your career as Blue?
So, God, that's a lot of people to think. A lot of pies to the face. I honestly, I'm not just saying this, but you had tweeted out that you were coming to Indy and how excited you were, like 4 days away until I'm coming to Indy. I'm so excited. And I replied and said, I can't wait to meet you at the game. And then you said, me too. And it would be an honor to have you pie me in the face. And that's the first time. I mean, you're a celebrity and everyone knows you and everyone loves you. And I just thought that was the coolest thing in the world, that you wanted to do that. And we surprised you with a trip to the stadium the night before the game. And you didn't know who I was, but I brought all the stuff to pie you in the face and wasn't really sure what you were going to say. And not only your reaction to wanting to do it, but then your reaction afterwards about how much fun it was to do it. It just, that's definitely up there. That's definitely top 3 for me. I think during the pandemic, I was forced, like most people, to do a lot of stuff at home, and I pied our son and our daughter and my wife in the face for a lot of videos. And it was really a family kind of year content shoot. So I think family's up there for sure. And then I gotta say, probably, I'm just gonna lump the other mascots together, but probably Blitz. Poor Blitz. We played him week 1. I crushed him with 13 different pies in like 72 hours. We pied him at the game. We pied him for TikToks. We did another collaboration with Natalie Rose Napples on TikTok. She pied him in the face. That dude, and he's one of my best friends, but he took 13 pies to the face. And I just think, A, he's a champ for that. And B, it's fun to pie an opposing mascot in the face. So I think Blitz number 3, my family number 2, you number 1.
Oh wow. Yeah, I saw that TikTok of I saw a lot of TikToks of you playing Blitz, and she was doing her TikTok, and she's like, "You want me to do what?" And then you
Yeah,
handed her the pie, and she
that's
put
right.
it in his face.
Yeah. It's crazy how that's taken off. People have been pieing people in the face for comedy forever, and it's not original to Blue, but it definitely has become part of like our overall brand. And yeah, we're having so many people reach out wanting to be pied in the face. It's crazy. So we got a lot of we got some cool pies in the face coming before the end of the year that I think people are going to be surprised about.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
I'll tell you offline what's going on.
All right.
All right.
So what is your favorite place to visit in Indy that's not Lucas Oil Stadium?
So I'm going to say 2. So over the last 16 seasons, I have performed almost 2,000 school shows, and that's every nook and cranny of the state. So that's beyond the city of Indianapolis. So I think those have been really important to the foundation of the character, and also my character as a human being, to be able to go and perform in front of students and teachers. And it's a free show to schools that the Colts provide, but to be able to write that and perform that, and again, to leave students and teachers with a message of positivity and love, and that they are loved. I think that if we did 1,000 school shows and we found one student or teacher and left them in a better place than they were before we came in, I would deem all 1,000 shows successful, because we found that person who needed it. So school shows for sure, that's been such a big part. But specifically, I would say probably Riley Children's Hospital. Man, to go into, and we have met so many dear friends and families who we did not know before. They were patients of the hospital, and then since they have become our family. But to go in, where a child and a family are potentially having a bad day, whether they're having, chemo treatment or another medical situation, and for just a few moments to be able to give them an opportunity to laugh and smile and take away kind of the potentially negative environment that they're in emotionally. I think that's probably my favorite place. Riley Children's Hospital is one of the greatest children's hospitals in the country, and we were very lucky to have it here. And their staff is amazing. The facilities are amazing. But even in the most amazing hospital setting, it can be difficult moments, difficult days. So to be in a blue horse costume and to run in and hear people say blue, and hop in their hospital bed and play Mario Kart with them, and like I said, just to give them an opportunity to laugh and smile, I think that's definitely one of the most special places for me in Indianapolis.
That's awesome, and that I just it's so great what you do inside the costume and outside, just for everybody and all the kids, and I love what you're doing.
Hey man, listen, we love what you're doing, and your positivity and your outreach of love for others, and just the shining example that you are. We're just trying to follow in your footsteps, my guy.
Thank you. And thank you so much for coming on and this was great. I can't wait to come to Indy again soon and see you.
You let us know, man. We'll be ready for you. We got a lot of cool things planned next time you come into town for sure.
All right.